Hey, I became aware this morning that it was International Women's Day. So I did what I do quite often, only with much more concentrated effort, and meditated this morning on what it is to be a woman, or at least what it has been to me to be a woman. Ultimately, the conclusion that I've come to is that is what has made me a woman is the female body that I was born in. I mean, the body that I was born in is what has shaped the experiences of my life for the most part. I mean, from the moment I was born, and everyone, saw me and treated me as a girl, shaped, who I am. Now this this year I'm going to turn 50. So now I have the opportunity to reflect on womanhood, my womanhood for about half of my life, or maybe even more than half of my life so far. And what how being a woman has shaped my experiences, okay? Um um, when I was a child, I grew breasts that with milk ducts inside them, and for most of my life, well, from the ages of 13 to 43, I should say, I for on most of those months, I shed the lining of my uterus, including one of those thousands of eggs that I was born with, and most other females are born with in their bodies, shed one of those eggs, each one carrying the potential to become another human life. And when that egg was not fertilized, it came out along with the blood, and I bled like many other women and girls every month when I wasn't pregnant, or sometimes we skip a month. I'm one of those that did get pregnant and give birth and nursed that child, and then those milk ducts filled up with milk. And I fed that child from my breast for 2 years. Now, I know that not all women do these things and experience these particular things that I just talked about. But they are things that only women can do and experience. Now, another way that I have experienced being born in a female body is just by the way society, other people have viewed me and treated me. And of course, that includes sexism. I mean, I've been considered attractive a lot of my life too. So maybe that has been part, maybe that has added to certain ways that I have felt sexism. For example, if people um don't always have like the instinctual openness to considering that you might have something, or I should say I might have something intelligent to say. So often, and when I say something that I consider intelligent, it's not heard. I don't get much back. um Now I've had the experience countless of times of being patronized and talked down to, now by both women and men. But I would say mostly men, and men do it in a certain way, like it's a little bit more forceful usually. They just assume that they know more than I do. They have something to teach me. and they don't listen to. Now, I shouldn't say, not always. I mean, that's not the case for every man I've ever had contact with, but enough times where it's been a defining experience in my life. And so the men don't always listen to me as an equal. I would say most of the time they don't. And I've also had this really painful experience many times of saying or writing something that I thought was intelligent, and and not getting much feedback from it. Doesn't seem like maybe not many people heard it. And then I'll experience a man saying the same thing that I did or something similar and getting accolades and respect and people listening to him. So yeah, these kinds of sexisms, I would say, are unique to being a woman in society. Now I also acknowledge that these what I have just described is very minor compared to the experiences of many other women around the world, and their experiences that are the direct result of being born in a female body. But you see, like, I know that I didn't experience these things because of my personality, for the most part, or who I think I really am, or who I identify with and inside of myself, or I as to myself and inside of myself. I experienced these very marked life experiences because I was born in a female body. Now, these days, it's becoming increasingly the norm. It's been an ideological shift, in the West, anyway. That the word woman is being redefined, for everyone as an identity. Now, I put it in quotations because I've tried really, really hard to understand this. And I've tried to one of the ways that I've tried to understand it is I've tried to find that sense of identity within myself. And people, I can't find it without referencing social constructs or gender stereotypes. I just don't find that there's any way to feel like a woman outside of the experiences due to being born in a female body. And to me, that's what makes me, or anyone else, from my perspective, a woman. Our bodies are holy ground. To me, a woman's body is the manifestation of the divine feminine. In a sexist society, I had to learn to love my body like so many of the rest of us. And I sadly acknowledge that not all women accomplish that. I honor my body now. I honor my body, and I honor my womanhood, and I honor the experiences I had and will have. And in honor of this International Women's Day, to all women everywhere, I honor your body. I honor your experiences. I honor your womanhood, and I honor you. Blessed be.